Now, we are going to cover the rest of the transaction from point 12 onward. So let's start with the part A, which is the purchase orders. So to enter the purchase orders, what we have to do is we have to go for vendors and purchases. In the vendors and purchases navigation bar, you have to go and click on purchase order navigation center. So when you order purchase orders, you have a drop-down list. So click on new purchase order. So I'm going to enlarge the screen or the window by dragging it down. So vendor ID, first one is V001. And I have to select the date. That is 2016, March 1st. The goods true date should be a future date than the date mentioned in the PO order. So, if the system is deriving a date, just click on that date. If not, select 2 or days prior to that date. So, the purchase order number, you can type it. Then the item you have to select, quantity is 12,000. So item is MW200. So the unit price here is 35 as mentioned in the default. Then save. The next one is vendor 3. The date is 4th of March. PO number is 102. It's appearing automatically. Then quantity is 7,500. Item is MW400. Here the unit price has been reduced to 88. Click on it. Then once you enter the unit price, you can note that amount is automatically changing according to it. Then vendor 4. Date is March 16th. PO 103. So here, this particular vendor, from this particular vendor, we have ordered 3 types of products. One is MW100. And the unit price is 27. The other one is MW500. 5,200 we have ordered. The price has been drastically changed. It is 162. Now save it.
Madam.
Oh, yes.
Madam, අතට MW 500 click වෙන්න ඕනේ. Madam 200 click කරේ.
Wait. Here. Thank you. Here. The unit price, I have to change it again. It is 162. Now do up to that one. Now let's go to the part B of the question. That is, the following credit purchases were received. So we have to enter these purchase orders as well. So we have to click on purchase order, new purchase order. So here, since these are credit purchases, we have to create the PO at the same time, the invoice as well. So vendor, first we are going to create the purchase orders. Here, vendor 1, the date, 2016, March 2nd. So here the PO number. So these things were received. So since they were received, we have already created the purchase orders. No need to go for the purchase orders, since we have already created them. So if we haven't created those purchase order, what we have to do is we have to create them. Now in this point, since they have made the purchase and we have received the goods, we have to enter into the invoice. So to enter into the invoice, go to enter bill, new bill. So here, first we have to select the vendor, vendor 001. So once you enter the vendor ID, you can see both tabs are activated. So here we have to select the date. Here the invoice date is March 2nd, 2016. Then the invoice number here, IP 101. Then here the purchase order number we have to select. Then out of this item, we have received only 11,400. We have ordered 12,000, but we have received 11,400. Sometimes in the question, the unit price may be changed. Therefore, you have to take careful actions with regard to the unit price. But in this paper, they haven't altered the unit price, because you know that within the duration of the ordering time and receiving time, the price can be changed. In that case, we have to take measures for the unit price and we have to enter the new unit price under the invoice. Now save it. So the next one is vendor 4. The date is 10th of March. The invoice number IP INP 102. So we have to select. There is a mismatch between the vendor ID and PO number, right? So just select 103 and whether say it's okay. No. In that case, you have to change the vendor number. So the vendor number should be here, which is relating to PO number 102 is vendor 3. So can you see it? So here for vendor 3, we have entered this purchase order number. Now in this one, there is a mismatch. So what we are going to do is we are going to change it to vendor 3. Right? Alter your paper to 100, this vendor number into vendor number 3. Paper එක වෙනස් කරගන්න බලන්න අපි PO එක 102 order කරලා තියෙන්නේ vendor 3ට මේක vendor 4 කියලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකින්ද මේක වෙනස් කරගන්න vendor 3 කියලා. So change it accordingly. So here for MW400 we have received just 7,450. Now save it. The same thing happened in the vendor 2 as well. So here the vendor ID should be changed to vendor 4. So this one, please cut and change it to vendor 4 because PO number 103 refers to vendor 4. So vendor 4, invoice number INP 103. So purchase order number 103. From MW100, we have received 13,000, which means the order has been satisfied. And from MW500, we have just received 5,100. Then save it. Now in part A, we have ordered. So in part B, we have received. Now in part C, due to different mismatches of loss of quality, we are going to return them. To return it, you have to click on the credit and returns button. So when you click this navigation center, you have to click on new vendor credit memo. Then here, so this should be changed to vendor 103. For vendor 103, we have to select the invoice number INP 102. So here we are going to return MW 400, 1,500 quantities. So here the credit memo number is CN 101 and here the date is 2016 March 12th. So the next one is we are going to change vendor 4. So vendor 4, the credit note number is 102. The date is 25th of March. So we have to select 104. 104 is not there, isn't it? Because we have just entered only 3 invoices, 102, 101, 102 and 103. So to return it, we must have a new one. Mm, mm, mm. So here there are some alterations you have to do in the paper. In the paper, under the credit purchase, please change this V004 as V003. Cut down 4 and change it to 3. And here for V, so here for V002, cut down it and change it to V004. You have to change 2 parts. So here you have to change V004 as V003. Here you have to change it to V004. At the same time, when it comes to credit purchases, you have to change this V004 into V003. And here you have to change this V002 and INP 103. So here for V002, you have to change it to V004. And this INP 103 should be changed as INP 103. Part B කියන කොටසේ 4 වෙනුවට 3 දානවා 2 වෙනුවට ඕගොල්ලෝ දානවා ගිහිලා 4 මෙතෙන්ට හරිද මෙතන 4 වෙනුවට 3 දානවා 2 වෙනුවට ඔයාලා දාන්න ඕනේ ගිහිලා 4 ඊට පස්සේ මෙතන INP 104 කපලා 103 කියලා වෙනස් කරගන්න ඕනේ. So now with these alterations, we are going to move forward. So we are going to select here vendor 4. For vendor 4, we have to select the invoice number as 103. So in that invoice, we are going to return MW 500. How much we are going to return? Just 800 only. Then save it. There are only just 2 credit memos. Now we are moving forward the part D of the question, that is following quotations were received. So quotations are getting from the customers. So we have to go for customers and sales. Customer and sales, quotes and proposals, new quotes. So we are going to select customer 3. For customer 3, the date is 2016, March 5th. So here the quotation number Q001. Then the items. We are going to quote 3,500 from the item MW 300. So the unit price, we have to select level 2. That's all. Now save it. Now next one. We are going for customer 5. The date is 18th March. So quotation number 2. We are going to quote for 1,750. The item is M600, MW600. So the unit price, level 3. Now click on save. Then next one, customer 1. So for customer 1, the date is 27th of March. Quotation number 3. quote for 2000 units from MW 400. So here the unit price is level 1. The final quotation for customer 4, date 29th, quotation number 4, quantity 9500, item MW 100. So the level is level 2, price level. Click on them. So after we have created the quotations, part E is we have to convert the quotations into sales order. Now go for the quotes and proposals. Now you can view it. Click on view and edit quotes. So I'm going to change the period. So since we are in March, I'm going to click on it. So when I change the date range, you can see there are 4 codes, right? Check whether it's same as the codes which we have created by using the question paper. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 is there, right? From customer 3514, it's correct there. Now the quotation we have to convert into sales order is, right? The sales order, that is Q. Here it should be changed. Please change this one in the question paper into 001. So here it's 100. Now please change it to 001. U001. Please alter it. Please change it accordingly. So I'm going to change this one. Q001, I'm going to convert. So when you are going to convert, please change the date. So here, change the date. We have created the quote. It's true. We have created it on 5th of March. But we are converting it on 10th of March. Therefore, change the date. Once you have changed the date, what you are going to do is you are going to click on the convert button. Please remember, once you convert, you can't deviate from it. There is no alteration. Just you have to stick with it. So click on sales order. Here under sales order, enter SO003. Zero, zero, three. Then click OK. So the next one is you have to select Q003. Q003. So you can see it's appearing converted in red color once you have converted. Now we are moving for Q003. So the date has to be changed into 30th March, right? The same customer. Then click on convert. Click on sales order. So here sales order number is 6. Then click on OK. So you can see customer 1 quotation number 3 has been converted. Then quotation 1 has been converted. Then the following quotations were converted to sales invoice. That is part F. So we have to convert Q002. Go for Q002. Change the date into 19th. Then click on convert. Here click on sales invoice. Here invoice number is INS 103. So the next one. Next one is quotation 4. Quotation 4. On 30th March, we are going to change it. We are going to convert it. Change the date to 30th. So here the quotation number is same. Click on convert and sales invoice number is INS 107. Click on OK. Now I'm going to close this window. So the following sales order were made. So now we have to shift into the sales orders. Go to customer and sales, go to sales order. Click on new sales order. So here for customer 002, the sales order number is SO 001. So here the date should be 4th of March 2016. Then the quantity is 5,000 from item MW 200. The unit price is level 1. Then click on, so there's another one. That is 2,300 from MW 300. Here the level is 2. Just 2 is there. Click on save. So it's appearing my ship by date is different. So now it has been altered in the system. So the next one. Customer 3. Here S002 is the sales order number. The date should be changed into 8th of March. Then quantity here is 15,000. Item MW 100. So here the unit price is level 1. Click on save. Then the next one, customer 005. The date is 16th March. So I'm going to change the date again here, 17th March. So it is sales order number 4, quantity 500. So the item should be MW 400. Then the level here is level 2. Then click on save. So the next one, customer 4. Just check whether we have created everything. So I'm going to click on the list. So I'm going to change the period. So I have created 1 for customer 2, 2 for customer 3, then another one I have created. So sales order 3, yes, the conversion has been done. So for customer 5, I have ignored the final one, so I am going to create it. So the final one is for customer 4. Customer 4. That is sales order 5. The date should be 24th of March. So the quantity is 6,300. The item is MW 400. And the level is level 3. Now click on save. The date should be 2016, 24th of March. Here, I'm going to change the date as well. So once you create everything, just go and view the list. So in the list, there should be 6 sales orders. Why? We have converted 2 codes. That should be there, which means we have converted code 1 and code 3, that is SO 003 and SO 006. Other than we have converted 4 here. So altogether, there should be 6 sales orders. Now I'm going to click on the following sales order were dispatched. I'm going to close it. So that should be entered in the invoicing part. Once we send the goods, we have to create the invoice. So click on sales invoice, new sales invoice. Click on the customer ID, customer 002. So the invoice number INS 101. The date is March 5th. March 5th. So here we have to select the sales order number 1. From MW 200, we have received 4,890. For MW 300, we have just sent 2,100 for the customer. Now save it. Then customer 3, the date is 11th of March. Invoice number INS 102. So we have to select from sales order 2. So we have received 15,000. So we are shipped 15,000. Then click save. Now the next customer is customer 5. The date is March 19th. Invoice number should be changed into INP 104. So that is SO 004. We are going to ship 400. So here the next one is INP 106 from the customer 4. The date should be March 26th. The sales order number should be 5. We are going to ship 6,300. Fully shipped. Save. Now I'm going to check it again. INS 101. INS 101. Then INP 102. INP. This should be INP. Yes. This should be INP. INP 102. Then INP 4. INP 104. Then INP 106. Yes. So now next option is we have to go for the budget. So part 8 of this question paper is focusing on the budget. So details of the company budget is given. So what we are going to do is we are going to take the budget and we are going to fill it. So go to maintain, right? Go to maintain and click on budgets. So here the budget name is expense budget. So you have to type expense budget here under the name. So the description is forecasting expense budget. Then type all accounts. So here there's a drop down list. From this drop down list, you have to select all accounts. Then fiscal year you have to select. You know budgets are prepared on forecasting purpose. Therefore, it should be a prior year, which means the next year. So we are going to select 2016 to 2017 year. First, save it. Now we are going to enter it again. So here we are starting with the account ID. It should be changed, the account IDs. So see 1,800. It says. Hope can you see it? I can't increase the font size. So this 1800 is sales. Can you see this one? Now it says April month, right? 2 million sales will increase by 1% each in month over the value of April month. So in the April month, it is 2 million. Now, this 2 million, I'm going to copy it. So this 2 million will be increased by 1%. So we have to adjust the amount, right, as a percentage. So we are going to increase the amount by 1% here. So I'm going to click on round it up to the nearest dollar. So here I have to enter the amount. So then I have to press on the adjusted amount. As a percentage, and I have to click OK. So once I click OK, can you see it's changing? Earlier for the April month, it was 2 million. Now it is 2,020,000. So accordingly, it says 1% each over the value of April month. Therefore, in the other months, this should be fixed. So copy this amount and paste it in the other areas as well. I'm going to click on the particular cells by using the shift key. Then I'm going to paste them. Because it's only changing over the value of April. Now let's look at the next one. In the next one, April month, 6,300 rent income will be increased by 1% quarterly. So we have to find the rent, that is rent income. The account says 1,880. Try to change this one. So in the rent income is 6,300. That will be increased by 1% quarterly. So when we are taking for quarters, for each quarter, it should be include 3 months. So for April, then May, June, this amount should be fixed. For those 3 months, it should be fixed. But in the next month, which means on July onward, it should be increased by 1%. Now, this should be fixed for the next 3 months. I'm going to click Shift key and I'm going to select the particular cells and I'm going to paste them. Now, the next quarter. In the next quarter, it should be again adjusted by 1%. Because it's mentioned 1% quarterly. Now I'm going to copy that one. Then I'm going to paste it for the next 2 months. Then on January 1st onward, this amount should be again adjusted by 1%. And it is fixed for the next 2 months. Now you can say each quarter we have altered the amount. From April to June, 6,300. From July to September, it is 6,363. Then from October to December, 6,427. From January to March, it is 6,491. Now we are going for the next one with it, which is rent expense. In the rent expense, it says 6,500 rent expense will be same for the remaining months. So rent expense, it is 6,500. Copy it and select all the cells. Then paste it because it is constant. Then the next one. Next one, it's about insurance. So insurance expense, April month, it is 13,650 and it's remain same for the year. So copy that one. Highlight all the area using the Shift key and paste it. Then advertising expense increase by 10% every 2 months. So April month advertising expense is 2000. Now it's changing 2 months. After 2 months, it should be changed. So So advertising expense, April and May both are same. But in June, it should be increased by 10%. This 2000 should increase by 10%. So in June month, it is 2200. So May and June, it should be same. But in, in August, it should be again adjusted by 10%. Then this should be same for the next month as well. But in October month, it should be again adjusted by 10%. Because 2 months, it's constant, then it's increasing by 10%. Check whether you have completed it accurately. So if I click on All accounts. If I click on show active accounts, you can see this data. So once you create the budget, please save it. So I can export it to Excel sheet as well. So if I click on Excel, if I click on create a new Microsoft workbook and click OK, so we can just export the data into Excel. So if you want, you can click on this report. Once you click on this report, you can click on the budget. So here you can easily see the budget, the index number or the name which you have created in the top of the PDF file, then the budget name, then the period which you have selected. And here you can see the data clearly. So here when you go to options or when you click on the font, you can increase the font size. So here I am going to click on the company name and click on this capital A letter. Then you can change the size. So I'm going to change the size and I'm going to click on apply. So here you can see the company name has been increased. That's why my 2016 CBA paper size has been increased. Then filtering settings. I'm going to change. Again, filter settings has been changed. Can you see here filter criteria include? It has been changed. So if I go on the option button, I can change the filters. What are the things I want to select? What are the things I want to remove? Likewise, I can select it. I can do the page setup as well. So you have several options here. Under the option button, click on it and explore it by yourself. Go and see what are the things you can alter, what are the things you can change, then what is the output. So now you can clearly see the sales. So sales increased by 1% over the April month. Then rent income. So quarterly wise, it's changing 1%. Then rent expenses, it is constant. Insurance expenses, it is constant. Advertising expense, once in 2 months, it's changing by 10%. So now let's move on to the part 8 of the question paper, which is focusing on the reports. So here it's first asked, save the customer ledgers. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going for the reports and forms, then go to account receivable. There you have to select customer ledgers. Double click on it. Since I haven't checked the proper period, you can see the balances and everything is 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the date. Click on this option button. So once you select the option button, you can alter the date from April 1st 2015 to 31st of March 2016. Which means we are going to select the financial period. So here you have customer ID, customer name, customer type. So if you want to add some more information, you can select filter option and you can add them more. Now click on OK. So once we change the date, you can see all the balances are appearing. So it says save the customer ledger as at 31st March 2016 with the file name of customer outstanding balance. So now click on save. Once you click on save, you can see a window appearing. So in that window, first text box, you have to type the customer outstanding balance. That's all, and click on save. And close it. So once you close it, it should be appeared in this one, in the table itself. I'm going to do it again. Here, I'm going to change the period. I'm going to start with 1st of April and I'm going to drag it up to 31st of March 2016. Then I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to type the report name as customers outstanding balance. Then I'm going to click save. Right? Then I'm going to close it. So when you create a report like that, it should be appeared in the report section. So can you see a report with this tool sign? So here, this is the report which we have created. Now I'm going to show it to you, the report which we have created earlier. Click on the report, then you can see the PDF file appearing. And in the title bar, it's mentioned as customers outstanding balance. So customers outstanding balance. This is the title bar. And period from 1st of April to 31st of March. So now I'm moving for the next report. That is vendors ledgers report. So here go for accounts payable. Go to vendors ledger. Click on it and select the period as earlier. Here the period starting with 1st of April and end with 31st of March 2016. Select the range properly, then click OK so you can see the balances. There are two debit balances which we have returned the goods. Other than that, all the balances are credit. So here we have to save the report and the report name should be vendors transactions balance and click save. So close the PDF form and when you go to the report section, you can see the report which we have created with this icon. So I'm going to re-click on it. So the same report is appearing. So you can see the name, vendor's transaction balance, and the period. It has been changed. No need to save the report again in another format. It is enough for the exam. Remember, in the exams, we are not going to see each and every transactions. What we are going to see is we are just only checking your reports which is saved on the system itself. We are not seeking data. We are just going through the reports and we are just giving marks. Now let's see the next report. It is the inventory valuation report. Go to inventory, click on inventory valuation report. Here also you have to change the period. So here you can't change the rate, but you have to select 31st of March. Then click OK. So here you can see the item description, stocking method, whether units or measurements, item, then quantity on hand, item value, inventory value, so on and so forth. Then save the document. So here the name should be inventory valuation report. So it says this is the standard report name. So we have to alter the report name. So here I'm going to type inventory INV only, inventory valuation report. Then I'm going to save it. So once you close it, on the top of the report section, you can see it. So you can see the name which we have put, inventory valuation report. Since they are not permitting to enter the standard name, I have altered the name as invent valuation report and the time duration. Is it prepared for as at particular date? Now the next report is sales order report. Go to account receivables. Go to sales order. Sales order report. And here it says sales report, order report as at 31st March 2016. So go for the options. So select the range only for 2016. Because other than that, we can remember that we have entered and we have altered sales data in the budget. That's why we have to select just 31st March. I'm going to save the report. So here I have entered sales order report. Now I'm going to close it. So in the report section, when you go top of it, you can see there are two reports appearing. One is customer outstanding balance. The other one is sales order report. The next one is purchase order report. Go to accounts payable. Go to purchase order report. Click on option. Change the date as at 31st March. Click OK. So click on save, change the report name. So you can see two reports are there, purchase order report and vendors transactions balance report. Then we are going to save the cash flow report. Go to financial statements, go to cash flow, click on it, select the range from 2015, 1st of April to 2016, 31st of March. Then click OK. So you can see 12 months ended 31st March 2016. Save it with the name of cash flow report. So once you save it, you can see it's in the top of the reports with that particular icon. So you can see the cash flow report is top and the duration is 12 months ended 31st March 2016. Now we are in the final stage. In the final stage, we have to save the income statement. Go to financial statement. So you can see different categories of income statements are there, right? So we have to select for the year ended, which means the income statement, which is standard. So here you can see different income statements are there, but I'm going to click on the standard one, that is this one. So other than that, in different income statements, the appearance is different. If I click on the income 12 period, it gives period wise the income statement, right? Period wise income statement. Can you see? This is where if I click on 12 months period income statement. So if I click on income 2 years, so it just appear in the income of 2 years. So here current month last year, this year, last year. Likewise, year-wise, it shows the difference. So if I click on the standard income statement, if I select the range as at 31st March 2016, you can see the standard income statement. This is what is required in the exam. So the name should be income statement. Click on save, type it and save it. So when I switch off it, you can see the icon with the income statement report is appearing on the financial statements. So you can see the name as income statement and the period for the 12 months ending 31st March 2016. And the next one is the balance sheet. Go to financial statements. So budget balance sheet is in the standard form. So we have to click the standard balance sheet, click on it, and here select the range. The ending period should be 31st March 2016 and click on save. And we know that according to the LKR 1, the name has been altered to the statement of financial position. So click on report name as statement of financial position. So here the word limit is limited. Therefore, I'm going to adjoin this financial position letters. And click on save. So if we have created the reports, in the report section, under account receivables, there should be 2 reports for customer outstanding balances and sales order report. In accounts payable, there should be 2 for purchase order and vendor transaction balance. And in the financial statements, there should be 3, one for statement for financial position, the other one cash flow report, and the third one is income statement. And in the inventory, there should be inventory valuation report. Other than that, you have to save the general ledger account. So for that, you have to click on general ledger trial balance. So as you can remember in the question paper, part 7 is the trial balance. So go for general ledger trial balance and change the date. So here specific period can be selected, specific date can be selected, and date should be 2016 February 29. Two 2015. Is it 2015? No, 2016. 2016 February 29. Click on the specific date. So since this is the trial balance, you can click on the filter options. Through the filter options, you can add and remove columns. Then here, I'm going to click on other options. So these other options are available here. So in the option, when we click on the option icon, you can see this window. So in the right hand corner, there are text boxes appear in the columns. So here, click on the columns and click on the ending balances. So here, current debit and credit balance we have selected. Click on the account type as well. And click OK. So you can see the account type also appearing here. And click Save. So here, I'm going to select as trial balance. As at 29th February 2016. So once you save it, you can see the name of the title bar is changing accordingly. So that is end of this 2016 paper. So if you have any question, please put your question in the chat box or the comment area.